We've got 2 sleeping kids upstairs that we know are ticking time bombs. So we want to get this session in before they wake up. Today I'm joined by my incredibly strong wife and our adorable kids. As you've already seen from the blow-ups in the preview, it's not your stereotypical session, but I hope that you still find immense satisfaction and enjoyment out of something that means a lot to me. So next in the warm-up, we've just got some reactive toe taps. So let's just get everything nice and pliable through my calves and Achilles, but also hip flexors as well, because I have to draw up into that shortened length, which is great for my jumping. And then we'll just do a reactive drop jump. So not dropping from a crazy height, then just reacting off the floor and hit a vertical after that. So it's just drop down. Again, not looking for like maximal efforts or anything here. This is just to warm everything up. It's working, set Miles? Yeah. No? Oh, stop it. Look at this, 70 kilos warm up. Sorry, fucking hell. Hates the camera, fucking hell. Got the big fella Moosey joining us too. Come on, big fella, here, get in here. Oosh, oosh, oosh. Where'd that barbell go? Oh, you're using it, derp. Walkies. Nah, we're good. I find with these, they're really good for obviously explosivity, and you think you're jumping a million miles in the air and then you fucking get depressed by watching this video back and realize how shit you are at jumping. Pretty straightforward, these ones. Just get in that back squat position, jump as high as we can. I'm not too concerned about like reactive jumps. I'm not trying to sort of build. I'm trying to just maximize the vertical on every single rep. So nail a decent stick and focus more on the force production of each individual jump. Easy peasy. What's the breakdown look like for you today, Miles?
I'm going to do 5 sets of 3 at 87.
5 by 3?
Yeah.
Oof. At 87?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Good program.
Disclaimer, I take no responsibility for anything that happens in this session. Nice one, shoulder down, chest up. Big. Trap, release for me. Yeah. All right, that's those done. Next, we'll transition into, what did I say? Trap bar deadies. So rock into those next. With these ones, so I've gone straight to, I think it's about 132. It's a bit of a heavier trap bar. So this will be the first set. So as far as warm-ups are concerned, find, especially if you're doing all your plyo work before, we're training similar patterns of hip extension, hip flexion. You don't need to waste too much time, especially because it's such a short range of motion. I know it's a big jump in intensity weight-wise, but someone who's been doing this for over a decade, I'm going to spend too long just starting from 60, 100. Like, you're just wasting energy pretty much. You just want to get in and maximize that force production while you're fresh, especially in a setting where you're trying to minimize unnecessary stress with like your running base side of the program. So yeah, they're just things to consider, and also we've got 2 sleeping kids upstairs that we know are ticking time bombs. So we want to get this session in before they wake up. Easy. See? Let's keep the height on it. That's better. Keep the reaction coming off the chest though. Same again, pull it back and down. Cool.
Thank you.
All right. I reckon you probably widen your grip up a little bit. You probably just naturally narrowed it a little bit over time, just training on your own.
Yeah, I've been unwrapping my own.
Yeah. Yeah. So I reckon widen. So we're going into our first working set now. One thing that you might like to consider, even if you're not in a specifically power-based program, is just that priming of your central nervous system, so your CNS. The benefits of some light jumping, even some dead ball slams for just priming can just make all your compound lifts in your top sets feel that much easier and more connected. That first warm-up set felt like I was barely touching anything, and hopefully everything's trending the same way and these move just as quick. That would be an overwhelming yes. It's probably the hardest running session I've ever done, to be fair. So I wasn't sure how I was going to bounce back being able to move within 10 today, and I feel wonderful. So yeah, we're in a good spot 5 or so weeks out. So I'm not tied to any specific test all the time. Obviously, there's degrees of freedom and different methodologies, but this works on a lot more of a sliding scale because I'm reacting to the feedback of my central nervous system, and power-based movements are very, very coupled tightly with your central nervous system. So yeah, things are feeling really good today, so you've got to take advantage of them. But again, even in relative terms, this is only like 75% of my 1RM. So it's still very, very moderate, as far as total percentages of max effort. Beautiful, still moving really good. But again, that's sort of the speed I'm after now. There's like a little bit of resistance there, and yeah, keep rocking and rolling. Beautiful.
Thank you.
15 total reps at 87.5. And she'll tell you that's shit.
I love that I don't do a total rep count in my head ever. Like I'm never like, oh, 15 reps. I'm like, oh, I did 3 sets. That's 5 sets. That's 3 sets.
Oh, like you mean you diminish like the amount of numbers that are in it?
Yeah.
So you didn't actually like clock that. You're like, oh, I just did 15 reps at, more than 1.25 body weight.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible. I'm like, the next set should be better than the last one. Every time.
The standards of a powerlifter, huh?
Drinks.
Two at least, eh?
I heard a noise upstairs. Oh, yeah, that's
Oh, that's our child. And here is the realest shit you'll ever get, a crying 3-year-old. If it helps, we did try to remind him that we were going to be downstairs and not to freak out, but best laid plans, right? So just with setting up your bands for your resisted bench, make sure that band, so it's just a single band, loops, so the bar will thread through the band itself, and just make sure that you get that up underneath the bench. And then you'll sort of widen that out a little bit so that your arms will go through like so. Good thing about this variation of your bench press is having that band resisted from the top. So once you unrack, you're already feeling like it wants to pull you down. It really helps with that deceleration phase. So being able to actually move faster than gravity down here, catch, and then react. So it really helps to start to develop a lot of that shoulder resilience, I find. At least that's coming from someone with horrible shoulder stability and injury history. One thing I always struggle with when trying to do any sort of speed bench, just really keeping my my upper back on the bench and really avoiding protracting too much. It's definitely where a lot of my shoulder instability comes from, is just loose scaps, and really trying to make sure that I'm pressing from my delts and pecs. Oh, feeling better. That was better than the lighter one. So sometimes you'll find as you progress with those ones that something a little bit heavier can actually serve you better. Sometimes too light is too light. So next we'll superset those with some pistol squats. Still just squatting to a target with these ones. I just want to make sure that I'm nailing that stability, and I don't want to lose too much quality throughout the set if I do have to topple over. So having a fixed target, I can still at least, if I lose a bit of tension on the descent, pause on the box, and I still am able to train that concentric phase rather than losing out on a whole rep. Oh yeah, that was deeper than we thought, huh? Yeah. So you can see I have a lot more trouble on this ankle. So this is one that I've had surgery on. So everything wants to go valgus because my foot has to turn out so much to keep everything square. We've got our own little training buddy here. Come in here.
Ready?
Hey, Bubba. You say hello to everyone? Say hello. You say hello to the camera. Say hello. I was just telling everyone about pistol squats and Daddy's ankle. Yeah. It doesn't always work out. But we just got to keep working hard on it, hey? Do our best. High five. And kiss. Mwah, love you. Go back to mummy. Yep. What are you thinking now, sweet?
I'll just keep going.
Yeah, you good?
What else going back to?
Okay, great. See, all you can do is try with these things, huh? Adapt and overcome. Easy for me. I'm the dad. She does everything. So I find when I'm squatting on that right leg, I really have to make a concerted effort to engage that left hip flexor. So making sure that I'm trying to raise that leg just so I try and keep those hips square and I can enter that range that's required. Yeah, that's good feedback though. That's what the benefits of unilateral training are, is you can work on these asymmetries and figure out what it is that you need to alter to get the most out of any individual exercise. You ready? Woo! You motherfucker! This will be the last set of these. That's going to be pretty well dialed in now. Again, I'm just trying to move this bar as quick as I can throughout the whole set. Wow! Hey, yes! Yeah, boy, get in here!
Come on, Bubba. What? Good row. You're away. Come on. Yep. I'm away.
Okay, Roo.
Oh,
Whooshka. One more? Go. Whoa. I hope this serves as a good example to other young parents out there that, not everything is going to go to plan. I mean, I've even got my own predilections about how I'd like this video to look. And here I've got, Mr. Kingpin bloody taking the main shot, aren't you, Ellis? But it's all part of it, All you can do is prepare for the best and expect the worst. And if this is the worst, it's a pretty good outcome, isn't it? I think that's another thing too. Like, we're so, I guess, grateful that we've got the luxury of having a setup like this at home as well. So, even though I do coach in person out of a gym, it's great to have this physical space that we can call upon that is our own. It truly is game changing. Even from like setting an example. I'm doing a horrible job here. Yeah, as I was saying, I think it just helps set an amazing example for the kids. They're just around this all the time, and it's just normal to you, isn't it, El, to be in the gym? This is your space as much as it is ours, isn't it? Yeah. So we just, rip in and it's normalized, and And again, like even this scenario here isn't necessarily a true reflection of how it goes all the time. Sometimes, you know, they absolutely chuck the shits, blow up, and we have to can the session. But that's just the way it goes. All right, so Daddy stop talking shit and actually lift something now? Yeah, better. Hey? So come on, Daddy. To make it a little bit harder, even though I suck at them, but it is what it is, eh? You just got to keep trying. And then you reckon you can come outside. You know how I was doing those ball tosses last week? Where's your belly? Hey, where's your belly? Hey, holy. Where's your belly? Hey, holy. It basically stems to the point that as parents, we need to be setting the examples for our kids, and you need to, as an individual, figure out how it is that you want to facilitate that. So, yeah, I love having the kids in and around here, and whilst it wasn't the most productive time condensed session from as far as, you know, physiological adaptations and how we best know to train some of the adaptations that we're after, it still serves a great purpose, and it's definitely better than not training at all, and it's a great time to spend with one another. So all I'm going to finish with here is just some tib ant raises. So I'm really trying to, the best part about this bodyweight variant is I'm really trying to shorten everything as best I can. So that concentric portion, so the pull up, is where I find I'm weakest. So trying to maintain that range. When I load that with a tib bar, you know, it's good for forced eccentric, so getting the length through a full and greater range as far as toe pointing, so plantar flexion, but dorsiflexion is where I sort of lose out. And you can even see just in this bodyweight setting how much this right one is already starting to fatigue. So it's an area of weakness for me that I'm trying to offset. So I look to tackle that from both points and load that with a tib bar because we've got one at work on another session as well. So yeah, that's sort of putting a bow on today's workout. I hope that you enjoyed it, had a bit of a laugh, bit of a chuckle along with you know, some of the blow-ups and some of the good times that the kids had in such a short space of time. And we'll catch you at the next one.